people of the internet? My name is JD Shadow, and I'm pretty sure you know the game we're playing, Metroid Dread. Now, before I go any further, let me remind you that I am a huge Metroid fan. I have played pretty much the entirety of the Metroid series, save for a few of them. Metroid Prime Hunters, I wasn't really fond of the control scheme of that, and I will own to that. I'll get a few haters for that. Also, I didn't have much access to Metroid 2, so I didn't really get to play that well. The new Metroid Samus Returns, I don't have a DS, so I don't have access to that either. And Federation Force, yeah, we all know what we thought of that. However, all the other Metroid games I have actually felt really good at playing. Even Other M, which I think is a good game and a good story. If you don't like that, go and fight me. Anyway, Metroid Dread is Metroid 5. It turned to 2D, first time in about, 19 years, it was saying? Now, we're going to do a playthrough of this, obviously. The one thing I will be telling you is that I tried to do a playthrough of maybe the first section of this, and I had it recorded, and you're going to see that I have a file ready to go. The problem is that OBS seemed to fail spectacularly. And the reason for that is that I cannot use that file because not only did OBS fail, but the hard drive that we was recording on decided to fail as well. So I only got maybe half of it is actually usable. The other half, I don't know what's happening with it. I can't move it to another hard drive, won't let me. It will just hang at 0%. And when I try to render it in Adobe, it takes 9 hours. So yeah, we're not using that file. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to go and do a new game. And hopefully I can salvage enough of that other file that I can show you the initial reactions I had to the control schemes and the storyline, because that's something to behold. Well, maybe not, I don't know. But we're going to do a new game here, and we're going to go from the beginning. You can see how far I was. Not very far, 58 minutes, and only got like 4% items. Okay, let's go do a game. The one thing I will tell you is that there is a main mechanic to this game. Metroid, a virulent floating organism. Yeah, I can't pronounce names, but damn, forgive me. That drained energy from its prey through physical contact. Metroids were originally created by Chozo and named after the word for ultimate warrior. Their value as a bioweapon sparked several crises, and as a result, all traces of them have been eliminated. They are now extinct. That would be the parasite. We're gonna see that in a moment. A gelatinous parasitic organism indigenous to the planet SR388. It could absorb the DNA of its host, living or dead, and replicate its form. When infecting a living host, it could even access the host's memories. Parasites. Host memories. I didn't catch that the first time I played this. Parasites were driven not by emotion, but by an instinctive need to replicate and spread to increasingly stronger hosts. Their inability to be controlled marked them as even more dangerous than their sole predator. The Metroids, like the Metroids, they are believed extinct. That word believed extinct, coming from this particular dialogue, it seems as though they're not sure the Metroids are extinct either. And of course we get a little bit of action of Samus getting infected by the parasite. This is set after fusion, by the way, so we're gonna see the fusion suit. Well, a variation of it. With no Metroid surviving on SR388, it became infested with the horrifying parasites capable of imitating any living being. Unaware of this, I set foot on the planet, got infected, and almost died. There was... I'll finish the thought. I was going to finish before we got into this dialogue in a minute, by the way. because I know I stopped mid-thought to read all this. The only thing that saved me was a vaccine created from Metroid DNA, and what is vaccine in this day and age? Okay. Which also left me uniquely able to oppose the X. This ability was tested immediately when I went to a Biologic Space Laboratory, BSL for short, research station to investigate a distress signal. This is recapping everything that happened up until this point. There is a main mechanic that has to do with countering things. There I battled many powerful X forms, including the SAX, the Sax, which was the X mimicking me in my power suit. This is Samus, by the way, doing this at full strength. I eventually eliminated the X Menace on SR388 by sending the VSL research station on a collision course with the planet. Well, that's 2 planets she has actually destroyed. Well, maybe 3 if you count the stuff on in the Prime series. After that, the X and Metroids were just memories, or so we thought. Just when it all seemed over, the Galactic Federation received a mysterious video transmission of the X Parasite. Apparently they're not extinct. It showed an X alive and in the wild. Thorough analysis proved the video was real. Although the sender was unknown, the transmission was traced to a particular planet, so we're about to go back to a planet instead of a space station or a shuttle or something like that. It was called ZDR. If the X had somehow escaped extinction out there, they would pose a threat to the entire galaxy. The Galactic Federation dispatched a research team of 7 EMMI to investigate. That EMMI is going to be phonic, by the way. You'll hear it in just a second. To investigate. They look like the Geth from Mass Effect, actually. With those things. An EMMI is a large research robot designed to capture field samples and extract their DNA. Their incredible mobility and protective plating, made of the strongest stuff in the universe. You probably crossed with the Marvel universe for that. Practically guaranteed the mission's success. But not long after the arrival in ZDR, all communication was lost. They went Maverick, apparently. What is happening in ZDR? Is the planet really infested with X? As the only one immune to the parasites, it's up to me to go there and find out. And if there's anything cold on that planet, she is going to get wrecked. Okay, so the main mechanic of this game is about a counter maneuver that gets added to her repertoire. And you're going to see it in just a second, just how powerful it can be, but how tricky it is to be able to master this. By the way, I am recording this in OBS, so hopefully now it does not fail, now that I've changed a lot of stuff about where it records on my hard drive.
We'll soon be entering ZDR's atmosphere.
I'll stay quiet while we do this.
The bounty for this mission does not seem appropriate. The risk clearly outweighs the reward. Treat our lost assets with care, lady.
She called,
Entering the atmosphere.
and that's the other thing, is that this is a little bit consistent with the Metroid Fusion story, in which the Atom AI was transferred to her ship. So now her ship is equipped with a ghost of Adam. Adam Malkovich. You may remember him. Yes, Metroid Other M was a good story. If you don't agree with me, fight me. And the fusion suit looks a little different. Either they thought it was going to be a recolor, or she went through a little bit since her time in fusion. We haven't really seen the fusion suit after Metroid Fusion came out, which was a long, long time ago. about to get what I believe is a flashback.
Elevator leads to the depths of an underground facility. Signal quality is likely to be low. Remote communication remains difficult. Try to connect to the facility's network when you reach the bottom. That way, they can gain in contact. Many objections may.
And that proves that it was the Atom AI. Oh, you know what this... Yeah, this is how she ends up at that spot. And she meets the Shredder. She's gonna get slide. This guy's pretty powerful. It looks like a Chozo, but that mask looks like he must be from a cult of some kind. He's got a red eye. Sam must have become a $5 footlong, apparently. Speak English. Whatever that was. And that's how we got here. So this was an interesting way of telling the story. They flash back to maybe, what, 10, 15, 20 minutes ago, and that's how she ended up where she is now? On the ZDR planet, I like the fact that there are purple leaves. Okay, so we can't go here. This is a charge thing here. A charge door, so we can't go in there. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna show you a few of the main mechanics of the game right here. Okay. You can obviously tell I played it a little bit. So I'm having a little bit of... Okay, while tilting L to run, press L, ZL to slide, you're gonna... Okay, hold out to use free aim, and tilt L to aim. Okay, so obviously we can't go in there. So we can come back over here. You might be noticing the map at the upper right-hand corner. You can color in the map. Okay, down we go. Ah! Okay, these things are a little bit tougher to kill. You're gonna see a few of the issues I've had with controlling this game. Because it just seems as though unless you can configure the controllers controlling that way, then you can't use the right analog stick for anything. And that's an ammo refill, by the way. Hold R to ready missiles and press Y to fire. Some blocks can be destroyed. You only using a specific missile. Why? Oh, R. I don't know why I'm doing that. Okay, there we go. Now you probably have seen that counter right now. Some destructive blocks are hidden. If you do missiles, you might be able to see them. And be ready to think that you are on drugs. It's a fact that's about to happen. I would not trust that, but then again, she stuck her hand in many things in her life, so why not this too?
So you've accessed a network station. Well done, Samus. I have reviewed your vital signs and video log from the data you uploaded. I've run a full analysis, but I cannot account for why you lost consciousness. My readings indicate dramatic physical changes in you. Whatever caused these changes seems to have stripped you of most abilities. You might call it physical amnesia.
That means that we have to do the morph ball stuff like that again. Why not we just do new abilities and let her keep the ones she already has.
Your assailant.
Why we have to
I am
take the
checking the
lap?
Federation database against your video log. It appears to have been a Chozo. The attacker's identity is not yet clear. I have determined that you are somewhere
I
within
knew it was
the
a Chozo.
DDR. Your top priority should be to return to your ship on the surface. This situation is precarious. Trust your instincts as you navigate upward. This planet appears to consist of multiple areas. Shuttles, elevators, and other modes of transport connect them. Keep an eye out for ways to reach the surface. The ship's location is marked on your global map. Check it for yourself.
Because I ain't gonna show it to you, you stupid
You may
person.
encounter pockets of low temperature. Your Metroid DNA renders you vulnerable to such environments. Spending time in cold areas will be harmful to you. There are many such cold areas scattered underground. Do not enter them with your basic powers. One final thing.
Oops, basic power suit, you would
interference
say.
is preventing radio transmissions. Check in with me at any network stations you find.
So we're gonna save this. Oh, and okay, press. Okay. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! I don't want to do that. Okay, okay, that's your map. Ammo, and that's network. Okay, we have that's also a save station. Okay, and apparently we have amiibos we can use on this game. No, 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 no! I don't want to do that. I don't want that. Go back. I don't want to actually do that. I'm kind of knowing where to go since I haven't had a. This is again. I played through this part before. This is where we know about the one of the main mechanics. Command the counter right movement to press certain attacks. Oh, and they always. Oh, and they're really wanting you to use the wall jump. I'm trying to demonstrate that, but it's not working. I'm almost dying. Whoa. You probably hear the ring of death. That's ring of annoyance, I would call it. You get only duck so far, and I don't know if you do get a morph ball. I haven't gotten that far in the game yet. I'll let you know if I get into the spot in the game where I made it before I had to quit for the day. But over here, I can't go up that other way, so I'm gonna go over here. Take off a few of these enemies. I can't hit those yet. I think there's something about those that when would you hit the magma section? They're gonna tell me about some secret. Federated map is blinking. It indicates a hidden item there. Okay, okay. So, and they call it this. This is what I'm gonna say earlier, that the missiles and the energy tanks are displayed a little differently in this game, as opposed to Metroids beforehand. And I'm going down here. That's gonna show me the main enemy of this game, I think. That. The Geth. That would be an EMMI robot. Now, they don't call it an EMMI robot. They call it the phonic name. We're about to see here in a minute. EMMI's attack can be countered press an X or exact when we enter flash. However, timing is extremely difficult to gauge, making this a desperate maneuver. And you're gonna see how desperate of a maneuver that is, because this hard to pull off. But we gotta get up here and up here. So I'm gonna go over here. By the way, if I end up coughing somewhat, is that I don't worry. It's just I've had a bit of issues lately with my throat, trying to get rid of some icky stuff in it. So if I end up coughing into the microphone, I am sorry for that. This is the Omega Beam, which you do not get to keep past whenever you defeat one of these robots. Hold L. Okay. This is the one thing I do not like. So you see how involved it was of controls it was in order for me to actually fire that? Why couldn't he just let me use the right analog stick for that? See how I wasn't really looking at that, but you see how desperate that maneuver is, and how where is it going to put me? Okay, I wasn't sure where it was going to put me there. So why couldn't they just have you use the right analog stick for that instead of all that noise? I don't understand it. Ah, okay. That's why I've had this trouble on the last playthrough. Because it's not exactly the easiest thing to aim. You probably have noticed that. And you gotta wait for it to charge. There we go. Gotta be kind of Johnny on the spot with that. And after you defeat the robot, it takes away that Omega Beam. It's only used for that one purpose, as far as I'm aware so far. Come back out here. And go the other way. No think you gotta step down them for a second. And save at every opportunity, I guess. That seems to be the way to go. Oh. These things I have to kill right away. Because now, you'll see in a moment. Okay, water you can't slide in, at least with this suit. But if I do that, drain the water, nifty mechanic. And so now I can get up here. And one of these doors, this usually is a good thing when I see one of these doors. Either that or a bad thing because we hit a particular zone. Now you've probably seen here, power beam door, that there is a secret here. That means there's something there that I need to grab. Okay, and there's blue things there. They're going to be important later on. Right now, I can do that. You see there's a missile tank up there. Now this one area I had the most trouble at. We're not going to have that much trouble here, I don't think. You can see that the grainy effect, that is not me or anything else, that's the game. By the way, the soundtrack to this game, oh, sounds to me like it's like something that Henry Jackman and Harry Gregson Williams made up, and that if that's the case, then, oh boy, and you might want to watch out if they created this kind of soundtrack. Oh crap! I was way too quick. I was way too involved in telling you about the soundtrack. But if maybe Henry Jackman or Harry Gregson Williams made these soundtracks, then wow, because I do like their soundtracks usually, and that would be awesome if they composed a Metroid soundtrack, because it would be fitting for something of this magnitude. This has a bit of horror element to it, but I mean it's Metroid, so it's supposed to have that. I gotta run away from this thing because I don't have the necessary thing to kill it right now. But here, I had the most trouble of what to do here, and then I realized that that one spot I could slide down. But you saw how tough it is in order to how tough it was in order to tell when to actually use that counter mechanic for the EMI robots. Okay, so if it, I have a feeling that's gonna be the yeah, that's the magma portion. It's telling me I shouldn't be there right now. So I'll take this missile tank. Thank you very much. Thank you for just putting that on to me. But I can't do anything with that robot right now, so I'm going to go ahead and continue on. There's a reason why I'm not telling you the name of the robots yet. Phone name, you're about to hear it.
Uploading data.
Stick your hand in it, Samus.
Both enemy you encountered were clearly trying to capture you. They may have been hacked. If so, it's reasonable to assume all enemy will be hostile.
Emmy.
Emmy send out a pulse to detect vibrations in the air within a certain range. Essentially, they can hear you. Upon detecting vibrations, an enemy enters surveillance mode to track their source. Stay out of its line of sight when this happens. Otherwise, the danger to you increases dramatically. An enemy that has seen you will begin pursuit. Part of the pursuit protocol is to seal the enemy's own exits. You will be trapped inside. To survive, you must leave its range of pursuit. Evade the enemy and it will disengage. This will also unseal the exits. An enemy never leaves its assigned zone. Their control system must permit them to operate only within that range. I estimate a 99% probability of death if an enemy captures you.
Lovely.
There may be a very small opportunity to escape, but exploiting this window will be virtually impossible. The enemy are immune to your current weapons. You lack the unique energy used to defeat the first enemy. Your only option now is to evade capture and find an exit. Your highest priority in an enemy zone should be simply to survive.
So basically, yeah, that counter mechanic with the Emmy robot, now we can call it the Emmy robot, by the way, that is not exactly reliable. It's designed to not be very reliable. Now, there is a secret here, but I can't get to it just yet. And we're getting close to where I stopped on the initial playthrough that I tried. Now, I don't know of a way just yet that we can get to that area right there. So we're gonna continue on here. There's an Emmy robot here.